What's up guys, so in this video I'm going to teach you exactly how to outsource your SEO so that you can start working on your business, not in it. And the thing is, when it comes to SEO, this probably isn't the best use of your time, especially if you're an entrepreneur or a website owner and you have more important tasks like growing your business and focusing on its growth, not just doing the technical SEO tasks like optimizing your meta tags. So this video is going to teach you exactly how to outsource your SEO, the steps you need to take, and exactly how to hire a team that will do most of the SEO work for you and save you a lot of time and frustration along the way. Now, before we jump in, if you haven't already, please subscribe because my SEO videos will help you get more traffic, increase your rankings, and grow your site with SEO. So the question is, why outsource your SEO? Well, when it comes to SEO and search engine optimization, it's really not the best use of your time. If you're an entrepreneur, your time is very valuable. It's probably the biggest asset that you have. And therefore, you don't want to waste it on writing content or optimizing meta tags or doing any of the boring SEO stuff that you could easily give to someone else so that you can focus on more high value tasks. Because the thing is, if you really want to scale a business, if you really want to grow your business, then you can't afford to waste your tasks on stuff like writing content for SEO. It's really not the best use of your time, and it's only going to take away focus and energy that's very valuable to growing your business. The thing is as well, if you really want to scale your SEO traffic, if you want to take your website to the next level, then you have to build a team around that. You have to outsource most of the tasks, because if you try and do it all yourself, there's just not enough of you to go around. Therefore, it's much better to outsource your SEO instead. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you in this video. So this video is going to be a 3-step blueprint, right? And when it comes to SEO, first of all, you want to create the processes and SOPs in place. Then you need to hire a team that can do the SEO for you. And the final stage is to track your results with SEO to make sure that the outsourcing you're doing and all the processes you have in place are actually working for your website. So I'm going to go through each of these stages step by step so that you can follow along and implement them in your own business. So the first stage is creating the processes and systems in place for your SEO. Now, with this stage, it's really important that you create some SOPs, which are standard operating procedures and are basically like a step-by-step manual for your team to follow so that they don't go wrong when it comes to SEO. It's kind of like a checklist, and you follow each instruction, each piece of the process in chronological order. And as you build these SOPs for your team, you're not just creating a process, but you're also creating a system, right? That's broken down step by step so that people can't go wrong, okay? And it's really important that you plan this ahead before you start outsourcing, because if you don't have good systems in place, then your whole SEO strategy is just gonna come crashing down. And it's happened to me so many times, right? If I don't have a good process in place, if I don't have a good SOP that's easy to follow, that simplifies the task, that makes it very easy to get a systematized result every time, then my SEO strategy doesn't work, okay? So plan it out, spend some time creating all the SOPs you need for your team, and from there, then you can give them to the team. Now, when it comes to SOPs, you basically want to break this down into 3 tasks, especially if this is your first time outsourcing SEO. You want to break it down into 3 tasks that are simplified and easy to follow. So I would say number 1 is on-page SEO. So create an SOP for on-page SEO that someone on your team can follow every time you publish content. And then create an SOP for content as well. So like when someone writes a piece of content, what do they need to include? What sort of information should they write about? Are there any questions and FAQs that they should be answering in their content? And you can easily do that with Phrase. I've actually recorded a few videos lately about Phrase.io and how to do this and how to create blog outlines for your content. But basically just create SOPs that your team can easily follow. Now, the thing is as well, SOPs and instructions and manuals for your team never really stop. You know, once you've created one, it's not like it's going to be like that forever, okay? Processes need to improve. You need to be continually looking at ways to do things more efficiently, to do things better, to make it more simple and easy for your team. But get started just by putting all the instructions down on paper, or on a Google document, writing every stage down and then giving it to your team and seeing where you need to improve and how you can improve it. Now, once you've done that, it's time to start hiring some freelancers. Now, you could hire an agency, or you could hire freelancers as well. For me, when I'm building a big process like SEO, I actually hire freelancers most of the time, simply because then I can coordinate all the different parts of SEO alongside a whole team. Now, if it's just one specific task, like if it's link building, for example, that's easy to give to an agency because you can do it fixed priced. It's very easy to measure the results, and you can just give an agency a task like, okay, go ahead, build links for me, make sure they're high quality, etc. But if you're creating a whole system around SEO, you probably don't want to give that just to an agency. You want to give that to individual freelancers so that you can track their performance across the whole business. So for example, okay, how does the on page look? What's the content like? Is the keyword research up to scratch? There's a lot of different processes involved in that, and therefore it may be easier to give that to a freelance team rather than just a whole agency. Now, one thing I would say is don't give all your SEO tasks to just one freelancer. Okay, SEO is so broad, there's so many different tasks involved that you're going to overwhelm someone if you give them like 20 or 30 different processes to do just by themselves. So instead, what you should do is break down your processes, like I say, into technical SEO, into on-page SEO, into off-page SEO, and from there, you can then give that into one freelancer, another freelancer for on-page, another freelancer for off-page. And if you break it down into subsections, then you know who's responsible for what in your team. Now, when it comes to hiring freelancers, there's a lot of people who sell SEO but don't really know what they're doing or even know what they're talking about, okay? And I've found that out the hard way. When I've hired freelancers for SEO and they've said, yeah, I can do this, and then actually 3 months down the line, you realize they're not up to scratch. They're not up to the standard that you expected. So what I would do before you hire any freelancer is always give them a test task, always give them a sample task that they can work on before you start hiring them. Now, you can pay them for that sample, but it's just important to check their work and check the quality of it before you hire them, right? So for example, when I hire a writer for my business, I make sure that they write a sample first, a sample article, where I can see very quickly, do they know how to write? Are they good at copywriting? Do they understand the elements of SEO? And do they understand how to write an article that answers my users' questions? Or are they just kind of like making it up on the spot and haven't really done this before? And you can quickly see that, especially when you're used to hiring freelancers. So always give your team a sample task before you take them on permanently. Now, the best place to look for freelancers, in my opinion, is Upwork.com. It's just so damn easy. You can create a job ad, you can easily find talent on there, and you can look at freelancers' reviews as well. So you can see, have they been tried, tested, and proven? Have they got reviews from other clients who are happy with the work, or have they totally failed on projects and probably not best to hire right now? So yeah, use a tool like Upwork.com. It's free to use. You can quickly set up job ads, and within 24 hours, you can find the freelancers that you need for pretty much any SEO related task. And this is the main place that I hire freelancers from. Now, if you're looking for content writers, you could also use platforms like ProBlogger. That's also a great place. And actually, if you want a higher level of quality for writers, ProBlogger is pretty damn useful. And then the final stage of outsourcing SEO, once you've got your freelancers in place, once you've got your SOPs and processes in place, is to track the results, okay? So you should be setting goals and targets for each member of your team. And the thing is, what gets measured gets managed. It's a bit of a cliche, but it works, okay? So for example, is your content writer producing enough content? Is the quality of the work up to scratch? How many articles are you publishing per month? Is your traffic going up each month? And I would focus on just a handful of KPIs that you can measure each month to check, is your SEO process working? Have you outsourced it properly, or do you need to tweak and improve the process along the way? Now, if you use tools like Google Analytics, for example, you can quickly see your traffic levels. You can quickly see, right, is the traffic going up or is it dropping, and I need to improve a certain part of the process. The other thing I would say as well is that if you're hiring a bigger team of SEO freelancers, then you may want someone in place to manage all of those team members for you. And you could actually create a checklist for that manager and say, right, I want you to check X, X, and X for the content writer. I want you to check the organic traffic, domain rating, and quality of the link builder. And if you give checklists to your manager, then most of the hard work is done for you, and you can just kind of outsource the whole SEO process without worrying too much about the time spent managing the team. The other thing is as well, when you're outsourcing SEO, standards can quickly slip, right? So for example, with content writing, if you just leave your content writer and you have no one in place to check the quality of their content, quite often things can go off track quickly, and the quality of that content can drop simply because there's no one there to give improvements or feedback to the writer on how to improve their work. So always have someone in place, whether it's you or a member of your team, to manage your SEO freelancers and make sure everything's working smoothly and the quality doesn't drop. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video helped you, and now you know exactly how to outsource SEO. So start with the processes, then hire the freelancers, and then track the results. It's pretty much as simple as that. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. And by the way, I do run a link building agency, so if you want to increase your rankings, if you want to get more traffic, if you'd like to achieve higher rankings on Google, then feel free to get in touch at juliangoldie.com. I'll leave the link in the description, and book in a free consultation call where we'll teach you a tried, tested, and proven link building strategy that we know will get you results with SEO. So thanks for watching.